We on? Hey everybody, you caught me. Let me get me a scoop of peanut butter. I drink almond milk. Original, 30, contains 30 calories, no sugar, unsweetened. I haven't eaten all day. Let me put this back. No breakfast, had a cup of coffee. I won't be able to talk till I got peanut butter in my mouth, will I? Hey, look at that. If you could just see Amanda's face right now. We have been running hard all day. I don't mean to be rude. What I like to do is just show people, you're in my kitchen. It's our fridge, it's what we do. Had to get John's in here working. Come on here, I want to talk to you guys. Thanks for tuning in to another Wednesday night show.
I might get you to do it. What time do you work tomorrow then, Ben?
Hey, baby boy. That's my baby boy. Wednesday night is our technical night. We want to show you a little bit of things. I got a lot to show you. Got a lot. Wipe my mouth? Did you say wipe my mouth? God.
You know what that means.
To the moon and back. Hey, tonight is Wednesday night, and I'm going to tell you technical things. Hopefully there are a lot of competitions watching. You guys can critique us and tell us what we do wrong, and then we can show everybody in here what we do and how we do things. I want to keep you abreast. Hope you can learn a few things. Hope you get entertained a little bit, even though we don't want to entertain you too much because this is very technical tonight. Come on with me. I'm going to show you what we finished out today, what we've been doing. I video everything, so when you see what I'm doing, you can mimic it. I don't care to give you, I should get a tape measure.
Jared had one on his
Yeah.
buckle.
Can you hang on just a minute? Mm-hmm. Let me get a tape measure real quick, because I want to show the dimensions of things.
Okay.
Hey, Jared. Me and Jared say hi to his mom, huh?
Mm-hmm.
How long has he been here now? A month? A month? Or something? A month?
Did you call me Mom?
Mama?
Oh my God. He's been here almost a month, I guess.
It's our carts. When you come to our workshop, we have our workshop. You come here and stay 6 days and build a house, right? Now we got our workshop where you've got your electrical plugs on the sides. We can charge your batteries, okay? This is going to be the essentials that you need to build your house. Down here's our workshop. So you can put all your tools. We bought all new, brand new DeWalt tools, battery saws, sawzalls, drills, you name it. We've got it on here. We're going to put on our carts. Everybody gets a cart. Hand tools, tape measures, hammers, crowbars, you name it. Everything that we can think of, and we keep adding to it every year, every week. Did we tell you we're not perfect yet? Did I say that? You can't tell. I mean, you can tell, but look at me. I'm 100% perfect, aren't I? Yeah, right. We're learning every workshop, every day. And I don't know, I think it's really cool because every day we learn more about being more efficient. We learn more about materials. You learn everything. If you look back, I had a lady call me, she says, it was so cool to see your journey from our first video to where we're at now. And they're able to see our progression. And I want you guys to kind of learn with us and grow with us and be a part of our company and see what we're doing and always include you, always. And that's what I think we're doing. So we change. We hope we change for the better and we learn different things. And as we do, I want to tell you, all right? I'll tell you the mistakes we make. I'll tell you the things we do good and just be honest with you. And hopefully you guys will respect what we do and you can learn with us, okay? But that's our carts. These are inventory. John is, like I said, I introduced you, what was it, Friday we introduced him or something? What's today? No, Monday.
It's Monday.
We did an extra show. And he comes and he is, I'm going to tell you what he's done. He's ordered like our heat and air mini splits. We've got them at a lower price now, including the parts that we used to get. He's doing more research. He has time to research and do things. This is just stuff. This is just all of our things. And then he'll go through it. Look, caulk guns, drawer slides. We're going to get different kinds of drawer slides now that we can get a source for them. New things that I want him to look into that we just haven't had time to look into the products. I had a steel guy come in here last night. He came in and said, hey, where are you getting all your steel from? You flat steel, and I'll show you what we're doing. And so he's got some really cool products that he would tell us about. It's just a matter of who you know. So, come on. As you guys know, this is our Snow White. It's going to have a thatch roof on it. We're really excited about it. We're going to spray foam it Friday.
Now, is this in like a Snow White or
This is
Cindy's
Snow White.
is a Snow White?
No, this is a Snow White exterior.
Okay.
So, in the Snow White cartoon, it's the same as a Thomas Kincaid portrait. Mm-hmm. Two reverse gables, a shed dormer. In the Snow White, of course, an animated. See you guys. See you, buddy.
Bye, John.
See ya.
And it's more animated. And I want to do one more animated next time where the roof line is more bent and the gables are more swooping. And we can do that. My trick is to this. I want to create a home. And we haven't worked on this much. We've been waiting for windows. And they're coming in. So we couldn't finish our exterior. But what I want to do is I'm going to build these things efficiently, fast, and keep the cost really down. Okay? So that's what we're doing with this one. We're going to build it fast. This is a prototype. Get it to a sale over in North Carolina to the investor. So that's what we're doing with him. We can take these things and build them. So you might see a unique home somewhere that may take a gentleman 6-8 months to build because it was so unique and it was a beautiful home. So what we want to do is kind of take that whole look, not his look, but we want to do our own look and unique, and build it in a mass production form, you know? So it's like building, a mass production race car. Instead of building by hand and get a Ferrari, we're going to build a ton of Ferraris for a common man's price, you know? So that's what we're doing. I'm going to take my pointer. Look at my pointer. As you can see, we got these sticking out. And those replicate almost like an interior beam that would come inside. Of course, they're a facade, but it gives it that look that there's an interior loft inside. We took this big beam and put this on here, took a Sawzall and made them gouges, and then the guys took a skill saw and just rubbed it with a skill saw and give it that hand-hewed look across the front. Isn't that cool? You guys it's neat watching them come up with ideas as a carpenter. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put a small flat board across here on edge, and we're going to put rope lighting underneath it.
Ooh.
And so then the light will shine down. Mm-hmm. Also, these lights will be multiple, directional. It'll go up and down, and so it'll illuminate this woodwork. And then the cedar shakes and the stucco will have straw in it. So it looks like it's old English cottage.
So the straw will be mixed with the stucco.
Mixed with the stucco.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
And it'll be smooth, just a little bit of straw sticking out, you know?
And these are the same way. These are over
Same
the
thing.
door.
Yeah.
Neat.
We got all our wiring, our plumbing done. We laid it all out. I changed it all up. And, you know what I like? Some carpenters get a little irritated when they don't have a blueprint to go by. I live for that. I live for not knowing anything. So, hey, go up there and frame that for me. Well, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm getting mad because I don't know what you want. Well, you know what? I'm glad you don't know what I want because I don't know what I want. And look what happens. Ta-da. A beautiful thing that come out of my brain. Did that rhyme? Oh, my God.
This is in your brain?
That was not anymore.
Wow.
Ow,
We didn't know that was in there.
Ow. Yep. We put rubber roofing, all right? What somebody asked me, hey, UV rays are gonna eat that up on you. It's gonna be brittle. It's gonna be brittle. You ain't gonna be able to put nothing on there. Well, you know what? This is not. I just talked to the manufacturer today. This has got you can get it to a 25-year warranty on this. We glue it. Look at that. And I'm super strong, man. Massive. And this is staying on there. Reason we put rubber and we put a bar, it's a termination bar across there, is because it's so low. And you don't want to cut your face or your arm if you come by it, you graze it. Nothing there will cut you. That's the only reason it's not. Matter of fact, this is more expensive than metal, you know? And as you can see, it flashes up behind here, and then we put our cedar shakes, our stucco, our siding, whatever, and it goes over top of that. There's never any problem with water in there.
Is this the same rubber roofing that you put on the Hobbit, like on the roof?
Was that your question or somebody else's?
It's my question.
What do you, man, it ain't,
Well, I got things I want to say too. My God, can I ask a question?
yes, it's the same stuff. And on the Hobbit, the original Hobbit, I doubled it. I put 2 of them on there.
Okay. Oh, see, that was a good question.
Man, keep it down.
Excuse me.
This is Bryce's. Bryce is going to have a taller one because he wants his water heater down here in the panel box, but then he wants some gear to put up in there as a closet. He's ready to get out of the way.
When's his going to be finished?
As soon as he can. He built his kitchen cabinet. He's ready to get out of here. This is the Hobbit. Isn't it cool? It's kind of, now hers is Hobbit on the outside, but she wants it to be the Snow White on the inside. So it's kind of cool. Of course, we call it a Hobbit only because of the circular window and the circular door. Okay? This is under $40,000, the whole house. Okay?
Amazing.
10 foot wide, 20 foot long. Okay, heat and air system, the whole deal out the door. There's a little bit of trading here and there, but see the stucco?
No, what?
It's
Oh.
stucco, look at that.
Oh, wow.
That is stucco. We're gonna put another layer of stucco on top of that with the straw. So tomorrow, hope you guys, I don't know what they're gonna do next because they put the rubber on the rubber membrane over top of the metal.
Oh.
But it'll look real earthy. You know, there's massive amounts of wire. In our last video, it showed tons of staples.
So you paint? Do you paint that?
You can paint it. You can do anything you want. We're going to put a little dye in our mix.
Okay.
And we put it on there, and then it'll be smooth. A little bit of stucco sticking, or straw sticking out, and it'll look like an old adobe, kind of the older way of building. Years back in the turn of the century, you know, they used mud and straw. And back when Moses was in the world.
Yeah, Hebrews and stuff, right?
Yep. See our circle door? Mm-hmm. And in the home that's in Mikasa Hotel, Seth and Brandy, they were by here today, or just they came in yesterday and stayed the night with us. We've got our door down, and there's our circle. Mm-hmm. We'll be welding that up. We got new hinges. We're hoping to get that done in record time. We're learning to build these things. The round eaves, all those bubbles will be gone. That's air bubbles. They'll all be gone and be flat.
Oh.
But that's going to be covered with synthetic ivy. So that is glued to the top. Synthetic ivy goes on here. What I'll do, I'm going to put flower boxes right here. And out of it, we'll have flowers. And then the grass, this ivy will grow and kind of weave and kind of mix into that.
Oh, yeah.
And so it'll come out, and we got an awning go over here. They took their awning off of that today because they had to have it for putting the rubber up.
Hey, Joyce, that is going to be building, Joyce Sotheran.
Yeah.
And I think she
Yeah.
drives a truck,
Yep,
right?
yep.
She said it's called Cobb.
There you go.
Yeah.
Cobb.
Building or whatever it is.
Cobb building.
Yeah.
Thanks, Joyce. Yep. And so you mix they used to mix straw in it to make it stronger, you know, because it would, but this is just for a look that we want on here. This will have little slats of wood. Now, the wood, let me get my pointer. The slats of wood will go up underneath that, okay? So the fern strips will go up underneath there, so all the water will come off of here, down here, and then down. And we actually cut this back at a 45-degree angle, so the water will just drip off that instead of
Oh,
going
I
back.
see where you did that.
Yeah, all that's cut back. Super waterproof. We think of,
I love the shape.
yeah. You see this little awning over the window?
Oh.
Kevin even left the nails in it. He even left the nails. That's old barn wood, and he left the nails in it. Isn't that cool? But look at the stucco. There's a nail flange on this window, right? So in here, the nail flange is completely covered with wire. Well, first of all, it's got window tape. Then it's got ice guard. Then it's got stucco wire. And then it's got stucco.
Wow.
In the God's green, heavens, earth, up and down, left and right, will every water get in there? Mandy? Lord mercy.
Don't.
Don't start. So then we cover that with rubber, and then we take our synthetic ivy, which you all seen. We'll show you how we do that on our next episode, and we're going to glue that to that. And then our metal roof will just come over it just a little bit because we're just going in Utah. They got tons of snow, and if you just I love to put ivy all over the roof. It looks I think, a little bit better than the metal. But God, if it got stuck to that ivy, it'd just be a mess because it ice and then it shifts when it thaws and all that, you know. So we put a metal roof on it.
Are the round Hobbit doors all metal? Leslie wanted to know.
The framing is, that's the framing right here.
That's the framing, Leslie.
And then we fill it with wood. Yeah. We'll fill the inside with wood, put a doorknob on it, and the whole deal. It worked great for Brandy and Seth. It was spot on. Yeah.
They look beautiful.
Yep. And we invented that system right there. Matter of fact, this is the door because it's an inverted. See, that's exterior. See how it goes down and out? This goes down and in. So the wood will lay right inside here. Yep.
What's it? What are you finding that it's costing for these doors?
Oh, I think somebody asked that before. This metal right here is about $450 for all this steel.
And labor and all. And
well, you know what it did though? Also, these two circles, they're 24-inch circles, and we use them as jambs inside. We paint them black, so it looks cool on the wood inside. And then we get a 24-inch circle, which is this one. Will go on it's a 48-inch circle that'll go on that one. So all that together, I think the door alone will be about $350, $400. We'll have a couple days labor and then the wood. So
about 800 or something.
yeah, we'll have $800 to $1,000 our cost in it. Yeah. So
That's good to know.
Yeah, well, you know that we had a Dutch door, and that Dutch door opens the top and the bottom separate, and it was $1,200.
$1,200, yeah.
You know, and it come unfinished. You know.
Tony's watching.
Who?
Tony that comes and volunteers.
Hey, Tony.
Yeah.
How
she's
you
like-
doing? Thanks for watching.
Yep, she's helping out answering questions too. She's awesome. Oh, look, there's the hay.
That's what we'll put
Straw.
in the cob. Yep. We got a lot of exterior lighting. I put lights everywhere because I wanted to illuminate the stucco. I want to illuminate the house and the cedar shakes and all. We've got two back here that'll go up and down, up and down. It's going to be really cool. He's got a lot of indirect lighting. We got a lot of sconce lights inside. So, yeah, stay tuned. Next week will be a big difference because it'll be spray foamed. It'll probably be sided. Oh, they'll be done on the outside. Inside we'll be putting V-groove up, so it'll go really quick now. What we've been doing is pulling off and on different homes. We jumped off today and we started doing a bunch of framing. We'll show you what we did today in the framing end of it. We got our carts going. One guy built the carts today. You know, John's doing massive with our inventory, keeping us up on that. We haven't even fooled with this one. This one's for sale. It's a 22-foot home. And we showed it to Roma last week, and she loved it, but then she said, you know what, I want to change it. There's a few things I want to do, and I want a more loft area. So now we're just going to build her one from scratch. And so if we don't sell it, we'll live in it, you know? You know what we got to show? Is Ellen's.
Yes.
You know what? I want to show the inverted loft one more time. We have had so many people
They love it.
love this house. Now, it's for sale.
Yeah.
Now, we don't have a price yet because the owner, Samantha, built this at our first workshop. Her life has changed. We've had it since January. And her life has changed, and now it's 22 foot long.
22 with the cantilever.
Yeah, and it's got a 2-foot cantilever up there. And it's unfinished on the outside. It was done at our workshop, so it's ready to stain or paint, whatever you like. It's got an inverted loft, which I like. There's a few things that are a little quirky, but it's just, you can change if you'd like. But overall, the whole floor plan is really cool.
And I'm actually going to decorate this week.
Oh, okay. Did you ask me if you could decorate it?
I don't have to ask you.
Gray floor. Here's your cabinets, you know, just like we normally do.
It's called a drop-in sink. It's from IKEA,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's a $105 sink from IKEA. I think what, a $40, $59?
40, it's like $50, yeah.
We tell you what we got. You know, here's a barn. This is fastened for transfer, so it won't move. But there's, you know, the old standard rack, you know, for your barn. God, how come I can't talk?
Because you're...
I'm having a stroke.
He's
right
having
now,
a stroke
right
on
there in front of
Facebook
everybody.
Live. That's awesome. We'll get a lot of views.
Don't make fun. Let's just go to the bathroom that I'm over here. All right, here's the corner shower, right? And the toilet was supposed to be over here.
Right.
And it was too tight for the toilet, the way it landed. So we put it back over there, and then she put this big old washer and dryer,
I know.
which I think is too much. And if you had one under the counter, then you could have a wardrobe and you get room for a toilet. So, and then during the workshop, Samantha, as you know, she wanted a really pretty vanity instead of the wall hugger, so it sticks out. So it's a little cumbersome in here. All this can be rearranged. But I love it. It's a beautiful sink. I mean, you got a compost, so you got everything in it. The ceilings are a little bit taller than usual, and the reason is, I think, it's because we got a door, and when we have a door, we have to go above. All right,
You got a loft up there for storage.
got a loft for storage. Really, sleeping too. I mean, that thing is 51 inches.
Nice.
So,
Mini split.
oh, let me get the ceiling height in here. And this is way more than what we usually go. Usually we go 6'8". This is 6'11".
6'11".
Yeah, inside. So when you come in, you flick on your light for your ceiling fan or your that light up there, and your kitchen light. There's a three-way light. Up here you turn it on, up there you turn it off for your living room. What I want to show y'all is the inverted lock. I'll move this ladder back over. The ladders are cumbersome. I just don't like ladders, but I don't know. That's just the way it is. You guys got some ideas, we'll do it.
This would have been a fridge right here.
Yep, little fridge here. She has no stove. This would be a hot plate. You can put a microwave up here. She didn't even want a microwave up there, but somebody said today we'd have to run a plug and plug it in or drill a hole and plug it in the bottom. But here's this is a lift up table, desk, you know.
That's nice.
Yeah, isn't that cool? And then she can sit here and do computer work, whatever, dinner, you know. So this is what we did. And these are just door latches underneath here. Slide bolts for door latches. Under here is the bed. We got storage under the stairs. Now this is done in 6 days. This whole house was built in 6 days in our workshop. So I think it was done really cool. More closet. This has got a rack for clothes. Can you see that? So you can hang your clothes in there, put a shelf on both sides of the bed. We've got one over here, there. Now look.
This one has shelves.
Now look, this all can be accessed by standing here. I don't have to get on my knees to get in
Let me
here.
get it.
Look here, look here. Hey, I'll need me a pair of britches. So I open it up, look in here, grab my clothes, I'm done. I don't have to get on my knees to crawl in. So it's kind of neat because it's right here. You could actually put the door here, but then you got your table. That's why we build custom homes. Right now everybody's saying, well, I could have turned it there, da 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 da. And that's what we want. We want you to come up with all these ideas, tell them to us, and we'll build it different for you. Love it. Here we have storage under the bed. Did you get that?
It's dark. But
It's a little cumbersome because you can imagine if you got your mattress on there, you know how it would be.
But it's big.
Oh, it's real big.
She's got a window.
Isn't that cool? So you got 2 sconce lights. You got a TV over here you can put on this wall. You've got 2 windows. Yeah, let me get in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get in there, Randy.
Play fort, man.
We'll play fort.
Play fort. Hey, come on in, guys.
Is that one of those egress windows, or is that just a different window?
Well, you know what? It's really not big enough to be an egress. We thought it was when we got it, and that was our first one we ever got back in
Right.
January. An egress has to open completely up. Now we get an egress window that opens all the way up. Yeah. But it still is really nice to have.
I bet you could fit.
Oh, I could fit in it. No problem. If there was a fire in here, you think you're going to keep me in here? Good God. I'd go right through that tongue and groove wood. Ain't no way you'd keep me in here.
So what size bed can go on this platform?
Hey, where's my tape measure? Right behind you there.
Oh,
Just measure it. Let's show everybody.
pull a tape.
All right. I can get a 64-inch mattress in here.
And what about that way?
That'd be a queen.
Yeah, because it's 60, isn't it?
87 and a half. Long.
Well, what about the other way?
87 and a half. Is what
Oh,
I'm
is
saying.
that what it's saying? Okay.
87 and a half.
Well,
Yeah, all right, well, there you go. So you get a queen bed in there, TV. You have a little curtain across there.
be great.
That'd be nice. What I like about it, all right, look. Look, I'm in here, right? And I'm all curled up. What happens to like everybody they're a little bit thirsty at night and they drink something before they go to bed and they shouldn't. Oh, let's see. I've got to go to the bathroom. So.
And it's dark.
Oh, it's super dark. Oh. And you get up. You don't have to walk down any steps. And I get to go to the bathroom, right? So, and then I go back to bed. In this cool, I know I'm being foolish, but the thing is that, look, you can just swing back in bed. And I'm going to bed.
Well, and two, one of the reasons why she wanted it like this, do you remember her and her boyfriend, they game a lot, and they wanted to lay in bed and game, like put their TV.
Oh, yeah.
Remember they wanted to game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And be comfortable.
Everybody that's walked in this week that's seen this, we've had a half a dozen people come in the last couple of days, has loved the inverted loft. It's not for everybody, but I think it's a cool design. It's something to think about. Now we're going to go to the grand poopah finale. I got a handrail right here. And this is the living room. All of our houses are 87.5 inches wide. Right? 87 3/4. Always. Our trailers are 8 foot wide. We have a 3-inch build out on each side with the siding, the overhang, the trim, and the metal roof. 3 inches goes to 8'6". Look at this.
Wow.
Put this up here for a TV. You can flip this around however. You can have a sofa right here, right? A nice sofa, a chair, 2 chairs, sofa. You can even, and all this is not even occupied yet. You can have a desk here, do homework, whatever you're gonna do. You could have another chair to play music.
There's a lot of room in this.
There's tons of room. Mm-hmm. You know, this window's set low because you have a triangle. The roof line goes down. These are big windows. These are 3.0, 4.0. 3.0 means 3 foot by 4 foot. 3.0, 4.0. The 3 is always the width. Always. But you got 3 big windows up in here. This house has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 windows. Who puts 13 windows in their standard build? Who puts them in there?
And this was a workshop.
22, and this is a 2-foot cantilever. So we gained 2 more feet up there in this living room. All right, let's measure this. That built in 6 days. How come you're not like, how come this hasn't gone viral?
I don't know.
Who's doing this out here? God. 8 foot 1 inch. 8 by 7, 56, 58 square feet for a living room. Sounds kind of small, but you can tell it's not. I love it.
Rena was asking how much are those huge windows? But the
Which
ones
ones?
on The Hobbit, I'm not sure.
Huge.
Which one's Rena?
Watch your step going down here.
Okay.
Hey, and another thing, our steps. Look at this. Look at our rise. You see that right there? 7.5 inch rise. You see up there at the top? Mm-hmm. Right there?
Yep.
All right, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5. That shows a true carpenter. 7.5. Every one of them, 7.5 inch rise. Normally, on a tiny home, you're going to get these massive rises. They're 12 inches, 14 inches. You got to step up. It's okay going up, but when you come down with one leg at a time and you're thumping 12 inches steps, it's tough. All right? Now, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This would be our 7th one. Now, what I usually do is I stop at this one. My next one would be 60 inches. So what that would do is that would get me a refrigerator underneath the landing if we had a normal loft, right? Horizontally, these are 10-inch treads, okay? You want to look at them?
Yeah.
A little better, 10 and 3/8. All right, horizontally, we're going across, right here, we're only 55 inches from beginning to end,
Yeah.
okay? And if we had the other stuff, it would be a little about 63 inches. So, or it'd be 65 inches. That tells you the steps that you need. I always figure 72 inches from beginning of the staircase down. So if you want stairs, it's going to take up 72 inches or 6 foot of
From
space.
there
From
to here.
From the end to there, 72 inches horizontally.
Okay.
Excuse me. And then the landing, I usually do a 2-foot landing, and that's where your refrigerator sits underneath. This is a good design because it flows really well because the living room's way up there. This gives you a big old living room, right? If this, you can't put this down because the staircase was bunched. So the staircase, we took the extra room and made closets. So now you got a bed under there. And the cantilever worked out because we got a cantilever up. So it's a really, I think it's a cool design because you got a big living room now.
Yeah.
Desk, more countertop space when you want to cook. You build a deck out there. You got people inside, outside. There's another thing I wanted to show you. I think that was it. I think that was it. Did she find out about them windows?
Let's see. No, she's not sitting anything.
Okay.
Just let us know, Rena.
Yeah.
We didn't know which huge
Mini
windows.
split system in the 6-day build. A mini split, 13 windows, custom cabinet, staircase, inverted loft. Who in the blank does that?
Randy.
I said blank.
Oh my God. What about now? This right here. This would
Tiny
be
homes, man.
This would be extra, right?
Yeah.
That's not a standard
This right here is extra. It's a reverse gable on both ends.
reverse
We
gate.
charge $1,500 for that. It's time consuming. You see all them cuts? All them cuts under there has to be stopped. Now, if that weren't there, we could go straight up and be done. But there's time consuming in cutting every one of those to make it fit. And then, hey, out here is even worse. That up there, now you got flashing behind there. You got your corner that's cut. You got the metal. Think about it. Think about what we got. We got metal. We got gable flashing. Then we got this siding. We got flashing underneath there. We had to stop our corner, cut it. Look at this cut right here. Underneath here had to be cut.
Oh,
Then every one of these cuts. And then you do both ends.
and that's time consuming.
Yeah, that's why we charge a little extra.
Have to.
How can I make any money off $1,500? I mean, I got guys working on this thing. I'm just trying to make sure that they get paid.
Do you
My
kind of
problem-
know about just a rough estimate of what this whole house would be? And this was a workshop deal.
A workshop price?
Yeah, this was a workshop.
God, I don't know.
We'll have to get back.
I mean, I don't remember. Isn't it something? I don't memorize my pricing. A 16-foot is $18,750.
We can post it on there.
Yeah. we'll
Yeah,
get
I'll
it
have
on
to get
there.
back because she's got all the
I
different
think,
amenities.
I think with the amenities, when it was like 31, 32
30,
at the workshop.
yeah,
or
it's 30 something. Yeah,
She's going to try to make a little bit of money off of it.
Yeah,
You know, there's no wrong with that. But, we got to do Ellen's. Now, this is a home that we built for Ellen in Chicago.
2 years ago.
Yeah, it was one of my first ones. I think this was like number 4 or 5 home that we built.
Right.
2 years ago, Memorial Day, I built the first American Freedom. It was 100%, almost 100% recycled. Windows, flooring, I mean everything. This one is almost 100% recyclable. I mean recycled, you know. She was awesome. She got up there. We got tile floors. She sent the tile down. Well, since then, she put it in her backyard at her mom's house on a farm. 4 or 5 generations in the same community. They put it out. We talked about it before, but she had a park. She had a deck around it. She had a plum. She had it just. She could go see her mother, and they could have a hydroponic garden. Anyway, they had it. It was just really nice. So it was outside of Chicago, about an hour and a half, and she wanted to go home to the farm. The planning commission, or not really the planning commission, but the code inspector, the inspector seen it on a 400-acre farm and said he didn't like it. He said, that's not the code.
Wow.
She went to the planning commission, she protested, had an attorney write a letter, and they said, okay, you can keep it. Until then, he pursued it more. Then the whole city council got together and they outlawed. In Putnam County, Illinois, they have outlawed. I mean, you're going to go to prison if you have a tiny home. If you want to go to prison, go to Putnam County and take your tiny home and live in it. Anyway, she brought it back here, and we're going to probably put it on our acreage.
Yeah.
We're going to put it over there, and we'll rent it out. You know, she wants to keep it. This is the top.
And we actually have this home. The pictures of it are on the website. It's called Wild Sage.
It was on HGTV.
Yes, correct.
When we did our first program, we had the big house. What was the big house? I'm sorry. Good God. Living Large.
Yeah, Living
We
Large.
had Living Large. We had hers. And then we had, no.
It's on the HGTV.
Living Large is the Hobbit house. HGTV, remember that was Elena, the orange house. So it was Elena, was the orange flat roof house. We had a flat roof. That was our first program on HGTV on Tiny House Hunters.
Right.
And this one was featured. So this
Yes.
has been on HGTV.
Right, exactly.
And it's got a tile
It was
floor.
called A Fresh Start in Asheville. It was
That's
that episode.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was on there.
This tile has been to Chicago and back.
I mean, no cracks or anything.
Nothing. It is wonderful. See that barn door? Isn't that cool? Now that's a real barn door I took right out of the barn. Put a hanger on it and it's done. She's got a mini split system. She's got a loft, just with two lofts with a ladder. Look at our cabinets. It's a barnwood cabinet. Those are the most simple cabinets I ever did. I just put boards up, put farm style sink, cut it, put our hinges in and done.
Put some shelves.
What the shell?
And it was painted.
You're kidding.
You're on one tonight, aren't you?
Oh,
Don't start.
Don't mess with me.
So, was this on grid or off grid? Genius.
It's on grid.
God. He's on one tonight, folks.
Pioneer mini split. This is barnwood. I mean, this is barnwood. Isn't that cool?
You tore this barn down.
Yeah, I tore it down. Tore everything. Got my hands on all this stuff.
I'm not talking to you anymore.
Yep. So, there you go. 20 footer, isn't it? Is it 20?
It's 8. I thought it was 18, but maybe 20.
I don't know if that'll stay or not. He won't help me, guys. He won't help me. It's 20
yeah.
foot.
20 foot
20. 20 foot.
and 8 wide.
Yes.
Okay. Let me get this side of it.
Isn't that cool?
That's a reverse gable, right? Like you said?
Yep. Tom and I built this house. I don't know if Joseph was in on this or not. 10 days. Everything.
It was awesome.
Yep. And this is what I wanted to point out to y'all tonight. Tom and I came up with this design. As you can see up top, that's the 4-degree angle that we use. Still use it. We still use the same techniques and design that we did in our very first home. I didn't think about that till today when I was over here walking and looking at it. It's the same carpentry, the same design. What we've done is we have lowered the trailer by drop axles, and we've got jacks under it. Got some things just to make it more comfortable, more headroom in it. But we haven't changed anything. Isn't that cool? What's the matter?
Nothing. I'm looking for questions. Because it's not scrolling on my phone for some reason. So,
Okay. I was going to show you our workshop, what we've been framing today.
and both of those were for sale. Samantha's, this house,
Yep.
and
Ellen's probably for
Ellen's
sale.
is probably for sale, so it'd be
she'd
up
be
for.
open to it.
Yeah.
It's a cute
One of the
little house.
customers that came today was asking about it.
Cute little house. You know, I went on, I think, was it Tuesday night or Monday night? And I was in here when everybody was gone, and I came on and I showed her, well, it was almost 9 o'clock, that's right, the sun was still up. And I want to be honest with you, I do look around here and I'm so thankful and amazed by the progress that's happened here. I mean, that coming from building one house with scrap lumber by myself out in the backyard to less than 2 years later, what we've got here, 20-some people working behind the scenes, carpenters, social media and all that stuff, and I went to an attorney today. Believe that? I went to an attorney because there's all kinds of things I need to learn about things. I don't need to learn. I've been in my resort. I had a resort called Brothers Cove in Sevierville. If you want to look that up, Brothers Cove, COVE.com. I built it from scratch. I used to teach high school and worked my way up and owned some land and built this resort. Lost it in 2009. Walked away with nothing. So I know a lot about attorneys and law, but I'm not a lawyer. But I went and met with him for a few things that are going on, and just want to get some advice. And it was really, you know what he said? Since 08 and 09, there's less people suing people because of the expense. Corporations are not suing, banks are not suing as much because they don't want to give these attorneys all this money. Everybody's very money conscious. Well, I told him, I said, you know what? I'll never sue anybody, ever. What I want to do is, when we're building, I stand behind our product. And I said, so my word of saying, hey, I will stand behind your product. If something goes wrong, we'll fix it. You know, I'll fix it. If the reason I'm not fixing it, because I don't know what's wrong with it. And he said, that's valid. You know, we got a handshake. And I know people, I built 73 homes with a handshake in my resort. Go to that resort and look it up. It's one of the top wedding venues now in the whole Gatlinburg, Severo, Pigeon Forge area. So I'm proud of that it's there. It's gone. It's in my background, and I really don't even think about it anymore. It was kind of cool. But now that I've got this dream that is taken off, I want this to be, you know, my dream, and it is, and it's something I'm doing. But going back to the lawyer and the advice that he's given me, he said, you know, in the state of Tennessee, you know, if a contractor says he wants to help or do the changes or do the repairs, you gotta let him try, you know, to get the repairs done, you know. And I think at a timely matter, but I'm never going to get into the lawsuit. I'm not doing it. Okay, I'll just take care of you. We devised a little warranty today. We sent out, and just, hey, we're gonna warranty these for a year. We'll back them up. I don't make enough money for a warranty, so you know what that does? That puts the pressure on me. So when it leaves out of here, it's going to be top notch. It's still something go wrong, but if you call me in 8 months and we don't have a warranty, I'm going to fix it anyway. You know what I'm saying? I have to, but it's there in paper if you want it. So I wrote down in paper what I'm going to do anyway. So let's see what this house is. These are ready for the workshop, except for Kathy. We'll show Kathy's house. Man, you may have to hold on to that. Can you hold on to that tape?
Got it.
All right. 16 foot. This is getting ready for the workshop. Let's see, we'll put the roof on it, finish the front, and she's ready.
Yeah, this is Christina's.
Yep. This one here is another one. And then we got this one going up. Got a little cantilever on the back. And then this is Kathy. Kathy McAdams. Kathy, there you go if you're watching. You got your red metal. Now up top, I'll just point out some things. We got flashing here. So when the water runs off, I'm all about water. Runs off of here. We will cap that subfascia with another fascia. We'll go over top of the edge of that metal right there. That'll cover that. Okay. She requested 4x4 windows. These are sliders. Here's our flashing for our siding. I think she's got board and batten. It'll go on here. It'll be mixed with more metal. I haven't got her file in front of me. This is we love scaffolding. I don't like working off ladders anywhere. I tell these guys all the time, use scaffolding, don't use ladders. So here we've got a mini split. We got metal up here, metal in the gables, going around. Okay. Good deal. We got it wired and plumbed. Where does this wired? So
This looks like a big opening. Is that going to be a bigger door?
Oh yeah, that's a 48-inch French door.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Yep. You got jacks under here, under there. We got 3 jacks. Come along. We'll show more of that when we get our loft and all that stuff in, you know. And this will be going to Northern California by the end of July. Yeah. So, I was going to read an article today and then explain kind of I already hit on it. I think Monday we hit on a question of OSB versus plywood.
And that's plywood.
And this is plywood here. Yep. Plywood house. When we built Ellen's house, I got plywood from our salvage yard, and it wasn't used plywood, but it was, you know, it was plywood that was as old, reclaimed, and we got it for like $4 a sheet, and it was awesome. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of sheets of that stuff. Then when he ran out, I thought, well, we'll go to OSB. We've been, you know, new construction, everybody uses OSB. Didn't think nothing about it. So busy, so rolling, just getting it, just going with it. That was like our trailers. We didn't think about a drop axle. We didn't think about, you know, we're thinking about cost. We're thinking about everybody in my field or this particular business. Everybody comes to me and wanting less and less and less money. Spend less money, spend less money. So I don't want to use any inferior products. I mean, we use reclaimed lumber. How far is that? You know, we were using OSB. OSB was probably at the time $5 to $7 a sheet. It was only going to save $150 a house. But I really didn't even think about it. I just said, hey, it's a little bit cheaper, let's go. And we were just, I mean, we're slamming. We've been, up until last weekend, we've been working 7 days a week for over a year and a half. I may have taken a couple weekends off for almost 2 years. So now that John's here helping us, and I've had to get to this point in my business to where we can like, hey, now I'm hiring more and more people that are good, better than me. And that's what I love. John came in here. He got plywood for us. I think it was 25 cents more than OSB. 25 cents. I said, load me up. I'm ready to go. You know, if we want, I wouldn't care to add another $150 to the house, and I'll absorb it, and we would have done it. I just never thought about it. I got on the website of Georgia Pacific. They sell tons of OSB. They sell tons of plywood. Plywood, when it gets wet, will separate. Okay, that stuff, that glue, that stuff, this will bubble. If it gets wet, it'll bubble, you know, and it's imperfections. Structurally, they usually use plywood on roofs more so than the sheeting. When I was building, I first started out, they didn't even use plywood or OSB on walls or anything. They used to use foam boards. They used to use plywood just on the corners and then foam board. It's just a filler. You really don't even need sheeting on a house.
You don't?
No, you can use diagonal bracing.
Oh.
You don't need sheeting at all. We do it because the standard is, and I think if I didn't use sheeting, I think I'd be shot. You know, nobody'd buy our homes because it's such a standard. Everybody's used to it. You know, so I do it because I think everybody expects it. So we put it on it. You know, personally, when I build my own home, I probably won't use sheeting. You know, we use a steel T. It's a T-bar. You take a saw and cut it through your 2x4s and you nail your T-bar on, and it's called racking. It keeps your house from racking, and you do it on all four corners. And I'll get with Todd on the engineering of it and just show that it's true and it can be used. So we got plywood. We may keep using plywood. We may go back to OSB. So right now we're kind of back and forth on it, but it's used in $1 million homes, OSB is, and also the plywood. Plywood has a phenolic fiber and a phenolic resin. It's glue. So does OSB. Now, the one thing about OSB, it's a whole lot greener than plywood. Meaning, if you're into green, use OSB. Now, it's got a chemical or glues in it that give off a glue. All right. OSB has a glue. I don't know if it's formaldehyde, but it's a carcinogenic. It's somewhat carcinogenic, the article says, but it's just when it's freshly out of the manufacturer. And what they do is they set it outside, just like the spray foam. It has to cure. And when it's cured, it's sealed and it's done. It doesn't get off any more fumes. According to the article, I don't make OSB. So, according to that, and the hundreds and hundreds and millions of homes have been built with OSB and plywood. Plywood has that phenolic resin. They claim that phenolic resin in a natural, just a basic home, there's over 1,000 pounds of phenolic resin in a normal home. If we want a complete greenhouse, all right, you don't want any glues, no resins, what we're going to have to do is put slats of wood on a diagonal and subfascia the whole house with slats of wood in the subfloor. We don't use any plywood or any Advantech, ADVANTECH or something. Mm-hmm. It's an Advantech subfloor. It's waterproof. It's great. But then you have to use wood everywhere. And that's fine. And I would love to build it, because we'll build anything here at Incredible Tiny Homes. We'll build anything you want. If you want plywood, OSB, spray foam, wool, fiberglass, any design, any competitor design, send it to me. I'll build it, and I'll build it cheaper, right? All I want is my profit, that little bit of profit that I need to make this company grow and for me to grow as a company. I'll build it. Other than that, pay the guys, and that's where I'm at. I'm not out here to make $30,000 off this house. And I know that's what's got to be going on. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I encourage all the builders, if you can do it. But this is capitalism. This is competition. And I'll never dog anybody's work. I'll just dog your prices. Okay? That's it. So, I don't think I've ever been quoted as saying that anybody's using inferior products or they're using the wrong techniques. You know the reason I don't is because tiny homes, and this is what I stand by, I don't want it to be regulated. I don't want it to be to where you have to build according to the PWA. You have to be certified in the RVIA. You're going to be certified with my certification, my RVAH certification. You have to have that. I think that's wrong. Because I think the guy who's building in his backyard should be able to build what he wants and live in it. What's wrong with that? And be creative. If you want to put studs 2 foot on center, 3 foot on center, or if you want to use a creative way of building and put them diagonal, man, that's awesome. And that's what I want them to be, you know? So I'm only putting regulations out there on us that if you need them and you think you want it regulated because you're going to take it somewhere and it needs to be looked at and it's got videotapes and documentation, great. But it don't have to be. I'll build it out of 1x4s, 1x2s. We'll do anything. We'll even get our engineer to look at it and say, hey, even though it's built out of 1x2s and 1x4s, it's this strong, and it'll take this much, and so you know what it is, and you can take that information. It may not be as strong as this, but you don't need it this strong. I bet you any money this is way overbuilt. All these are way overbuilt. 2x4s, 2 foot on center. Why do you got to go 16-inch on center? Talk to your structural engineer. He'll tell you. It's asinine. It's only 8 foot wide. There's only so much snow that can land on that. Your campers are built with 2x2s, rafters, 2x2 walls, 1.5 inch insulation. So I try to just think about it in common sense. There might be guys out there right now horse laughing me. That's all right, horse laugh me. I'm coming up with this by practical sense and looking at it. And then now that I've got a structural engineer and architect that can tell me, hey, you're shooting off the wrong spot. I mean, okay, I can change it, or I can say, hey, I want it anyway, you know? All right, I hope all that helps. I hope that information helps you guys, because I don't want to ever say that you have to use our certification or you have to do anything. The freedom of the tiny home movement is being free to use school buses, you know, to use old stuff, to use reclaimed stuff. That's the beauty. I love people that come in here and got ideas. I'll take a school bus. I'll take a double-decker bus. I'll take an old motor home. We'll do it for you. We'll do anything. I think that's the beauty of building these, you know. I'm regulated in my brain is when people call me, they're going to say, hey, how high can you make them and cram as much space as you can? This is the design I've come up with by getting as much space as I can inside, all right? But as you can see, we'll build it like that. I love it. I'll build it with a round roof. Like our Hobbit is like that, but I incorporated the roundness around it. We'll do anything. So I just want to point that out. We'll do anything. Workshop. I'm gonna sign off. I know you get tired of me talking.
Well, let me ask you a question real quick. John Cloak, he's asking, how do SIPs get installed?
Yeah.
I saw another tiny house builder using interlocking panels on the roof, walls, and floors.
Awesome.
R50 value.
Awesome. Great. Perfect. Just great.
How do they get installed?
Take it to the moon. You know, SIPs panels, OSB, solid foam, sheetrock, or wood on the inside. So it's a sandwich panel. All right. How they get installed? What you'll do is you'll have in a SIPs panel, the plywood comes down 1.5 inches below the foam on the inside. You'll run a 2x4 along the bottom. It sits in it, okay, and they screw it. Then it has a 2x4 sleeve on the inside. I can do it with my hands, but if it's this thick, they have a 2x4 sleeve like a little spline that'll go halfway in here, halfway in here. They screw it together, and you just assemble it all the way around.
What is SIPs?
SIPs, I don't know what it means. It's something.
Stands for something.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've always was inquiring about it, but it was a more expensive unit, and I didn't want to do it. The thing is about an R50, how insulated do you need to go? How much? R50, okay, somebody come out with an R80. Like, how much do you need, man? You know?
How much do you need? I mean, like, you saying it needs
Well,
less?
you know, the thing is, okay, you go by the government, you go by HUD. They'll say, well, now they've stepped it up to R15. Todd told me right now they're stepping it up to R28 now. They changed it. Well, we're getting global warming and we got to have more insulation in our house to keep from the cold. I don't understand. I go by experience.
Structural insulated panels, John said.
Structural insulated
Yes,
panels. There you go. So, and inside there's little holes that run all the way around, and you can feed your wires through. You dig out your electrical and your plumbing and all that. It's a little bit slower, a little bit. You got to think through it. You know, you can cut your windows out and put them where you want. I'd be glad to use it. I'll build with the
Okay,
SIPs.
that's something you do.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. I'm not against it. The thing is that it elevates the cost. With labor and material, it's more expensive. If somebody wants that, my same profit, we just add a little bit more time and money to it. That's all. You know.
Can you touch base? Everybody's asking about the off-grid community. They're just wanting an update.
Oh my God, I'm so
Everybody's
pumped.
Everybody's wanting to know.
I mean, I'm seriously. We had great news last night. We got a company in the state of Tennessee. We cannot discharge any gray water out on the ground unless we have a sewer system. I don't want a sewer system. I want it completely off-grid. Sewer, water, and power. Sherry's been researching. I said, Sherry, go find me an answer to this, right? She researched. She found this guy who devised the water reclamation system in the space station. And he has invented, he's self-employed, he does other stuff. That didn't make him, I guess, famous or didn't make him a millionaire. But he devised this system, this little box, and I'll get the information. I need to read it out to you. But it filters urine, washing powders, washing soap, you wash your clothes in, sink water and shower water, all your gray water. It'll go right through it. It purifies 1 gallon a minute, okay, and it's electric. And then we run it through a charcoal also that comes out pure. Then what we're going to do is we're going to come out of the house into our water catchment system. So now when it's raining, the rainwater will go through that system, kill any. Hey, we're back. I don't know what happened. Our Wi-Fi or something just died on us, so that happens around here. Hey, but what I was saying is our gray water in our community. Anybody wants to ask about our community, our off-grid community? I kind of need to. This will be a separate video, so everybody kind of needs to know what we were talking. This is Wednesday night show in our factory. But we've got a gray water system now that will reclaim all that. Now, what I like about it is that the reclaiming of our gray water can be used great in the desert and dry areas when you don't get enough water. So this system, actually, I said, if you got a 300-gallon tank out there and you use that closed system with no fresh water coming from the rain, you can use it for over a year without replenishing or changing the filter in that system. So it's good in deserts. I want to implement it. It's $200. That's what it's going to cost to purchase. So our off-grid community, I think we should be able to have it going within, I'm going to step out here and I'll let you guys know, but I think within a month, 4 weeks. I want our first home out there. Bryce is going out there. Look at him. Peace, brother. He's really happy.
Baby rockers.
Bryce is going out there. We're going to set him up with solar. You ready to drink your own pee?
If it's clear.
He's going to have it mixed. And this is with the space station. You know the space station water has been the same water for 30 years, or however many years they've been up there. That's what Sherry said. Yeah. And they're redoing it now. But 30 years, water finally does get old. But we don't have to worry about that because you got water coming from your rain, and it recirculates and refreshes all the whole system up. We're going. He's going, then I'm going, Joseph's going. We're heading over there to our off-grid community to live. And we'll show you what we got going, how we're going to live there. But we're excited about it. I'd love to take applications of people that want to stay there. We'll take them right now. What I want to do is I want to do a video of it. We're going to show you what's involved, what's going to be there. We haven't got to that point. We've been so busy building this business and doing the workshops. We got all these ideas, and I love it. And things are coming together. We got John working here. We got guys coming in. We got 2 new fellas that just started with us. It's exciting. So now I can concentrate on the community. I'm building a barn. We're building a new building for our company to move into. So we're going to be on the creek. And is it not exciting, the things we got going on? Look at Bryce. He's like super pumped. God. But that's what we got going. So yes, I'd love to take applications if you guys want to think about coming over there, but you got to be off grid. There will be no electricity, no water, and no sewer. Okay? And our rates will be $200 a month, and that'll be our first community. And I'm talking as soon as this one, we're opening one in Nashville. We got 50 acres. I'll be talking to Chris here probably this week, early next week, about the 50 acres in Nashville. It's south of Nashville in, Bedford County is where we're going to go on that. We're also looking for land in Asheville. We've had tons of people call us. We need a community in Asheville. We're going to Asheville this probably Friday. We're going to look for some land. We got some leads on some land. If we can do this off-grid, put you on there, we're going to do that too. This is just the beginning of a dream that we're going to go coast to coast with these communities, 100% off-grid. Okay? Any other questions? Probably nobody out there at this video.
No, Cindy, she said, love your shirt, Randy. I used to live there. Beautiful place.
Oh, man. I love the beach. I love surfing. California, Hawaii, all that stuff. So, Bryce, that's where you want to end up, ain't it?
Yeah. Under humidity, humid Tennessee. It's too thick here for me.
Thick. Too thick. He's been born and raised here. But yeah, thank you very much. Any other questions? Nothing? All right. We're good to go. We're at the end of the evening. Sorry that the first video died out on us. This is the second one. I don't know if you'll catch this one or not, but that's our off-grid community. We're good. Go to YouTube. Please share this video. Help us grow as a company, as a business. Help us share the prices that we're building these homes for. We want to go across America and show everybody that our business and our techniques and what we do is solid, strong, and we can build a beautiful home for a discounted price and not waver from the quality of anybody else in the industry. All right? Have a good night. Thanks for tuning in.